Buddy, my name is Violet, and welcome back to Resident Evil 1 Remake. And today, we're going to investigate the residence a bit more. Well, I say a bit more like I've actually navigated this place. I have not navigated this place yet. As Jill, anyway. But I'm going to. Alright. Save progress. Okay, shells, buckets, ropes, whatever. Okay. Pick you up. Because I'm going to put you in the chest. Give me that really quick. Yes. Alright. Let's go investigate the house. Just ever so slightly. Okay. Alright, let me just go through here real quick. Cover the hole, and then I'm going to climb up over and make my way into this next hallway. Shouldn't take long at all. Okay. Now, let's... I can't... Yeah, I can't go through here yet because it's the gallery. Yeah, take the map, but do not look inside the hole yet, because it will not be fun for you.
But it's not necessary to destroy stars. What about my family? If I play my cards right.
Yeah, so apparently in the original version of this game, like, the voices were clearer and, like, the subtitles were there for the other person speaking. But they apparently just went out of their way to muffle the voice in this one, because in the original it was far too obvious who he was talking to. Which I think is funny. Shall we?
Jill.
Barry, I heard someone talking.
Oh, you heard. I think age is starting to take its toll. Talking to myself is becoming a bad habit.
Talking to yourself? You all right? What's gotten into you?
I'm getting you worried, aren't I? But don't, I'm alright. I guess this creepy mansion has gotten to my nerves. Anyway, I think I'll go outside, get some fresh air for a change. Don't worry, I'm just going to get some fresh air. If I'm lucky, I'll get to waste some monsters along the way.
Dear God. He's literally just... Oh, it's so obvious. Plant 42 report. 4 days have passed since the accident. Plant at point 42 is growing at an amazing rate. Although there are many unknown aspects about this plant, we know that in comparison with the other group of plants, the T-virus has had a substantially stronger effect on this one. The T-virus has drastically morphed its host's anatomy as well as its size. Looking at its current state, it's difficult to imagine its original appearance. Nowhere on Earth will you find anything like it. We also found that Plant 42 has two main sources of acquiring its necessary nutrients. One source is through its roots. Somehow it has rooted itself down into the basement immediately after the incident. A scientist went mad and destroyed the aqua ring. Ever since the basement has been like a pool, there is a high possibility that it's one of the chemicals in the water that's promoting Plant 42's rapid growth. However, we have yet to determine the specific chemical. A bulb-like body of the Plant 42 has been sighted hanging from the ceiling of the first floor. We are sure that it used the air ducts to reach the first floor. Numerous long tentacle-like vines are protruding from the bulb. We believe the vines are the second means of acquiring its nutrients. When the Plant 42 senses prey, it uses the tentacle-like vines to capture its prey. After doing so, suckers on the vine drain the prey of its blood. We've also noticed that it has some intelligence. When it captures its prey, or when it's inactive, the vines twine around the door to stop possible intruders. Yep. So basically just telling me about the plant beforehand. Okay, let's push you in. Push you over. And I'll go check the bathroom here real quick. I'll take that. Zero, 001. Oh, there. It's not as if I expect to see you got a family history of getting shot in the head. Alright. Sorry. I don't know why. That just seemed the perfect time to say that. The old doctor from New Vegas from the beginning. I love that guy. Oh. Alright. Yeah, I gotta climb up over. You can literally cover either hole and it'll have the same effect of where you can go across. I just choose that one. Okay, no more further use. In this case, at least having one use makes sense if it is like if there are a bunch of keys like that for a bunch of rooms. That I get. But when there's a mansion full of doors, that's different. I think I may have forgotten about it. Please be a knife, because I doubt that it's a battery pack. Oh no, it's the key. I forgot. Okay. Sadly, not foolproof. Yeah, in Chris's playthrough this doesn't happen, but I think they added extra stuff at times to give Jill a harder time. I'll take my knife back. I'll take this. Thank you. I'll take this. Thank you. I'll take this. Thank you. And yeah, the suicide note. Guy becomes infected. No place to go. Knows he's not going to get back to his wife, so he leaves her a note. Sadly, he chose the wrong method for this virus. Okay. I have to put this Derringer in the item box for now. I mean, those of you who don't know, they call it a self-defense gun in the game. There are many names for it. It's a Derringer, specifically. It's a very, very old type of weapon they used to use in, like, I think like late 1800s, like mid to late 1800s, something like that. And I think part of the reason they call it a self-defense gun is that oftentimes it was a gun that people would conceal and then use to defend themselves if they needed to. It only carried like 1 to 2 bullets, usually. Alright. I'm actually going to check out this room before I head down to the Aqua Ring. Mainly because I don't want to deal with this. So I'm going to kill all of these little spiders. All these little guys. Wow, it actually just occurred to me that Jill also gets the assault shotgun sooner. Even though it should have occurred to me before. Wow, okay. Just gonna crush these spiders real quick. Okay, give me the first aid box. Why do you have to turn it all the way up? Yeah, green and blue herbs. Okay. I have to come back for that book anyways, so... And I have to come back in here after the Aqua Ring anyways. Alright, so I'm gonna just put some stuff in the chest in this room real quick, and then I'll head down. Again, sorry if I'm gathering what seems like too many supplies. But in this case, I feel like I'm justified. Resident Evil 1, like specifically the early Resident Evils, gathering supplies is vital. And then you get to a game like Resident Evil 5 and it doesn't really matter as much. Even Resident Evil 6, like, it just does not matter. Because Resident Evil 6, but your AI partner will have, like, the same amount of... will have, like, infinite ammunition. And, Resident Evil 5, I think it's like that, or close to like that in some capacity. And Resident Evil 4, like... You guys are probably going to get a double dose of Resident Evil 4. Mainly because I legitimately... I would rather... feel good walking into Resident Evil 5. Because Resident Evil 5 plays identical to the original 4. It just... with, like, some improvements, but not a lot. I think that it's just... honestly a good choice. However, I might play something in between both of them, like in between the remake and the original, mainly because I don't want people to, again, lose interest because they might think they're watching the exact same story when before Remake is completely different at times from the original game. There are a lot of, like, the core story is still the same, but they change the characters a lot. They change, like, interactions a lot. They change the environment at times a great deal. Like, there are things in the village that, like, the village is almost identical to how it is in the original game. The castle, on the other hand, has areas that are, like, almost identical, but with, like, slight changes, and then has, like, in a completely different layout after a certain point. The castle is, like, probably my favorite place to navigate in that whole game, whether it be the remake or the original. The mine section's completely different in the remake because you have Luis with you. Well, Luis with you the whole time. Whereas in the original, he is not there. So on and so forth. Like, they're very different games. Even though they are meant to be the same game, they are completely different. But I will probably play something in between them. I don't know what yet, but there will be something. Ooh, unique cutscene. You know? Why the hell? Okay, I'm mad. I don't know why she just turned around. Alright, go, 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 go. Alright. That's why I kept it. Yeah. Yeah, playing in this game, there's like... Oh, God. Playing this game, the more times you go through the Aqua Ring, the more you realize that the sharks are not nearly as bad as you think they are. It's actually kind of funny. Okay, caution. In case of a drop in oil pressure, open valve number 1. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, depending on the story, they change which valve you have to press. And it's... Yeah, press it.
Emergency, emergency. Unknown source of pressure detected. Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety.
Right. Oh, right. Won't budge. Oh, stop it. Get out of there.
Reaching 30% of pressure threshold.
Yeah, release. Pull. Low pressure lost. Ugh. Oh no. What did I do? There we go. Press switch. Number 1.
Reaching 50% of pressure threshold.
I understand that.
Activate emergency drainage system immediately.
Okay. Yes. Release safety. Released. There we go. The shark really tried. Drain water. Water has been completely drained. Let's go. Okay, what do we got here? Examine. First aid spray? No, herbs. Okay, 2 green herbs. That actually works for me. I was gonna mix it with it anyways. Nice. Alright. Now, it's time to gather. Like the creature I am. Yeah, I'm gonna need to grab that, because I really don't want to have to come back down here. Okay, I need at least 1 slot open. I think this leads to the ladder. No, this leads down to the shark. Okay. Also, you can defeat Neptune here by shooting Neptune. I just would not recommend it ever in a million years. That's why we pull this lever and let nature take over. Fry it and hop on down. Okay, I'll take the gallery key, thank you. Well, let's get out of here. Okay. Have to, yeah. Okay, let's check the other way. And it should give me shotgun shells and magnum rounds. Alright. And this way we'll feel a bit better, because I'll actually get this stuff preemptively. And not continue to be trapped down here. Well, continue having to come down here. Because I hate having to come back down to this place. It is the longest and most arduous process. Sorry. It is the longest and most arduous process to actually, like, have to keep coming down here, keep grabbing stuff, running back out, and I know that because I've done it multiple times. At this point, I've played and beat this game multiple times. It's not the best feeling to have to keep running down to a place that is such a pain in the ass to navigate because there are so many ladders. So, honestly, good riddance. Yeah, let's do that. I'll use the gallery key and get rid of it, and then I'll get rid of the bees. Okay. We want to run through here. Grab that. We're going to run past these bees here. Oh my god, I remember what I did wrong. Oh, that one hurts. I know what I did wrong. I never went back to that room to get the wind crest. Luckily for me, it would literally not take long at all. Let me actually, because I would go out. So I'd go out there, I'd go to the courtyard, and then I would run back to the house. And then from there, yeah, I would just have to open that door, go up the stairs, go down, not very far, open that door, and then do the puzzle. Oh, boy, that's a complete and utter botch on my end. But honestly, I can do it pretty easily, like, whenever I'm on my way back, so it's not a problem. Alright. I think it's like... I think it's that, and then that. Let's try that. Leave that. Do that. Nah. Okay, yeah, I have no choice. I actually have to go back and look at the pool balls. Alright. Let's go look at the pool. Well, the pool hall. Alright. I wrote down my math. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, thank God. Okay. Drop some things off in the chest. Hold on. Okay. There they are. Thought the item box would be shorter. I was wrong. Okay. Pretty sure after I use this lighter, I don't have to use it again for the rest of the game. So let's do it. Okay, far apart 2 eyelashes. 4 eyelashes. 3 top, 1 bottom. Actually, give me that book. Because I'm going to need it. Eventually. No eyelashes. Sauron eye. Yeah, so 3, 6, 5. It's just in a different order. Green is 6, 5 is orange, 3 is red. So the red is probably the purple. I think that's the main issue. Alright, let's put this lighter away so I never have to use the damn thing again. I mean, you could argue that I need it for lighting things on fire, but meh. Alright. I'm actually going to end this here. And next time, gonna make the chemical that I couldn't make as Chris in the last playthrough. Alright. Well, until next time, I've been Violet, and stay safe out there.